You're watching India Ahead.
Welcome back. You're watching India Ahead News. My name is Kitty Behel. In some good news from Mumbai, the BMC has claimed that the doubling rate of coronavirus cases in Mumbai, which has been one of the worst hotspots in the country, has risen to 29 days now. The BMC has also said that the daily COVID growth rate has gone down to 2.43%, and this has now put Mumbai in safe zone of sorts. The COVID task force has claimed that with enough strict measures taken, the corona curve has either been bent or is at the verge of it. And if this trend continues, they'll be able to handle COVID-19 in the city very easily. So is it safe to say that the worst could be over for Mumbai? To talk more on that, I have my guest joining us on this broadcast. I have with me Dr. Rishikesh Pai, medical expert from Leelavati Hospital in Mumbai. I also have with me Dr. Naresh Chawla, he's member of Delhi Medical Council and former president Delhi Medical Association. I have with me Mr. Bipin Sharma, he's a senior journalist with us on this broadcast here. Dr. Rishikesh Pai, if I could begin with you here. The doubling rate in Mumbai has now increased to 29 days. The BMC says that, when it increases further to 30 days or even 32 days, the existing burden on the healthcare infrastructure would also go down. Now we stand at 29 days at this point in time. That's some respite, that's some good news that's coming in from Mumbai. What do you think about that?
So I'm very happy. Mumbai has always been at the forefront. It was a financial capital. It's a very dynamic city, and it has dynamic people. And the doubling time is now 29 days in nearly 11 wards out of the 24 wards. The doubling time is between 31 and 60 days. While in 13 wards, it is between 30 and 30 days. And the main fight which was led by, I must say that I don't want to have any political talk here. Both the central and the state government were important, but the BMC and the administration, the healthcare workers, the nurses, the doctors, and the private doctors all together, they combined together, and there was a unity, and that is what has helped us in really flattening the curve now here in Mumbai. And I told my wife, she's also a doctor, and I told her 30 days back that this is going to happen. Mumbai will take the curve in the right of the forefront, and this is exactly what has happened. And why it has happened? Because remember, there is nothing. It doesn't matter what is the number. The number is the reality of life. You don't have to hide the number. No one in the world is interested in your number. You have to look at a number for your own good, for your internal good, and that is what we focus on. We didn't bother. We tested and tested. It didn't matter whether the number was more because of testing. But testing gave us the access to quarantine, to control, to quarantine. We had this 3-tier system where we put the mighty people into one tier, the people who needed oxygen into another facility, and the people who needed critical care into the third facility. And a lot of people went into home isolation. And we also have a dynamic system. The task force which is there is a very dynamic force. The administration is dynamic. Real-time thinking, innovation, evolution of thought process, political support to the administration, all these things went into what we are looking at. The first sign, the first ray of hope that we may be overtaking this virus in this densely populated city, which is the heart of India. It is the financial heart of India. It is the most important city of India. If this city succeeds, India will succeed.
Well, yes. Also, what I want to know from you, of course, this is some good news that's coming, but we still need to be cautious enough. Don't you think so? Because you have the monsoons also coming. How the virus will react that time, that's still unknown.
Right. So that is why we forewarned is forearmed. So already the bed strength is 11,500. The commissioner has we are making concentrated effort to increase the bed strength to 20,000. We are increasing the ambulances from 500 to 150. More ambulances are coming in so that there can be proper shifting of the patients. So we are not complacent. We know that there may be still growth. Not only that, if you look at China, you look at Beijing, there is a re-emergence of the virus. So we will have to, in the next 3 years, I feel personally, we should have a rapid action force
Just like we have a rapid action, we have a CISF, when there is a riot in one part of the country, we move the rapid action force. Just like we have in the armed forces, we have a rapid force which goes to the front. Similarly, we should have a rapid action health force. As soon as there is an outbreak in any city in the country, immediately we should airlift. We should put in open ground tanks. We should have respirators. We should equip that particular city and contain the virus. That is how we have to fight, not only for the today, but for the next 3 years till we get the vaccine. As you know that the vaccine which is now going to come, the first vaccine will be not preventing the infection. It will prevent the disease. It will reduce the symptoms. So the first vaccine that will come to the world is going to be reducing of the symptoms, not the infection. The next vaccine that will come after 2 years will reduce the infection. So till that time, you will have to there is going to be cluster outbreak. As soon as there is an outbreak, we have to pounce on it. We have to surround it. We have to test it. We have to isolate it. We have to educate the people. And then we have to contain the outbreak. That's going to be the scenario. At the same time, we must parallelly open our economy. We can't shut down our economy. So we have to, once we open the economy, cluster outbreaks are going to increase. We have to tackle those outbreaks. But now we are becoming more and more confident. We know the pathology of the virus. We know the etiology of the virus. We know that how we can treat it, how we can target it at an earlier stage so that we can contain the symptoms. All these important clues that we will get from the human. You know, I sometimes feel that the human mind is such a powerful mind. In no time, in just 6 months, we not only decoded the virus, we understood it, how it's behaving. We sequence the virus. We have 130 companies who are rapidly.
Yes, Dr. Pai, you know that's something that you made there, and we do hope. Let's keep our fingers crossed that we are able to find a cure for the virus as well as soon as possible. Dr. Yes. One question. Yes, Bipin, I'll come back to you. Dr. Pai, you know, one question that I want to ask you here is, of course, Bipin has listed out these 3 C's and 3 T's that are very much important, but if you could also shed some light, give us some information about what's happening in the other parts of Maharashtra. As I was speaking about this G North ward, that's also in news because cases are increasing there.
Yeah, but G North ward is the ward which is near the Dharavi area, and in fact the Dharavi has been successful at present, and Dharavi success story has to be replicated in the sense that Dharavi is a very dense slum. It is 15 lakh people are there in 2.5 square kilometers. Imagine, so much is the density of the people there, and the main thing which was done in Dharavi, for example, was the private practitioners were also involved. So there were 380, 400 private practitioners. So they were tied up, all our leaders. They talked to them, and they were scared to open the clinic, but they were given TPEs and all that, and they started testing for the fever of the patient, for flu-like symptoms, and whichever patient was tracked, then he was referred to the main BMC clinic where they were actually tested for the COVID infection, and those that were tested, they were quarantined. Again, the quarantine facilities were created nearby, so the people were not scared to come to the centers. They, had we put them in some big hospitals, then there's a chaos. So nearby schools were taken over, and that's where the quarantine facilities were created, and they were treated in those facilities.
Right.
And,
Okay.
And then education, and the biggest problem is the community toilet. I think one of the biggest, the feeder is the toilet, and that toilet decontamination test, teaching them how to wash their hands, all these things, they have got together, and the DNOT is the actual ward. In fact, one of my private small hospitals that I am also in the same DNOT ward. And so the wards are doing well now, improvement is there. And but as I told you, even before the commissioner, already the bed strength has been now targeted to 20,000. So 11,500 beds are there. They are increasing them to 20,000. They are increasing the ambulances. You will be surprised that all the 14 big hospitals are now being liquid oxygen jumbo tanks are being fitted. So that oxygen requirement is a lot. So jumbo tanks are being fitted in each other. So we are not complacent. The city of Mumbai is fighting it, and it knows that the bad time will still not be over. So more facilities are being put in. In fact, I would like to tell you one last thing. Like, I am from the Dynamic Federation as well, and my wife is the president. We also are supporting. We are directly supplementing. We have a We Care movement where we are directly supplementing TPs to our frontline workers in the medical colleges. This is what we are doing. So there is
Okay.
huge amount of
Okay.
public
So
support.
Dr.
to
Pai,
this.
that's really heartening to know. I'm really glad to know that, such steps and measures are being taken up, and, people, individuals are now coming up and doing their bit in order to help the city fight this crisis. All right, Dr. Chavla, that's some great advice coming from you, and of course, people need to be reminded of these facts again and again. Bipin, I'll come to you, but I have to move on to my other part of the discussion. I would request you to kindly stay on with us. Meanwhile, thank you so much, Dr. Pai and Dr. Chavla, for being with us on this broadcast, sharing those inputs with us. Thank you so much.